Welcome back to the intake. I'm Mike. This is my update for the Terry Thacker Tribute Group build, also known as Senior. This channel is Hobby Barn. This was hosted by Fred Henry at West Georgia Rod and Custom, and Brian at Got Fuels. Check out those guys' channels. Great builders, great channels. You'll enjoy it. First thing, this is about my 41 Willys I'm building for Terry. I thought he would like it. This was given to me. A gentleman I met last year at a car show. We got to talking, and somehow I got on models, and he said, I have some models from when I was younger. Maybe you can come over and check them out. So I went there. All these models are from the early 60s. So this Willys was started, but not very far, just painted, basically. And some parts were used on other items that are missing. But it's the 41 Willys, and it's from 1963. So it's really cool. I'm really enjoying this. It's a way different type of building. They simplified some things since then. But it's really cool, the detail on these things and everything. So thank you, Don. I really appreciate it. Very nice of you. I'm enjoying this. The Jaguar is getting ready. I stripped that. So, little backstory on the Stone Woods and Cooks. I was saying that Leonard Woods was a NASCAR engine builder for the Wood Brothers. I was told by a gentleman in a prior video that that's not who Leonard Woods, that's not the same Leonard Woods. This Leonard Woods and Stone were unbelievable motor builders, engine builders. And Cook was the driver. And they won over 400 races throughout the 60s and dominated the gasser division. They went on to race all the way up till 74. So I was looking back at pictures and stuff. I'm like, look at all these different cars. They actually had like a team. They were like multiple cars running. They had different Willys running against each other. Pretty cool. So that's just that little story. Just wanted to clear that up. It's not Leonard Woods from NASCAR. It's Leonard Woods from drag racing, the gasser division. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn it all around and start showing you what I have. And hopefully you'll like it. Okay, so here we go with the... it's just mocked up with the little update here. I mixed the colors. That is Kreg Pearl White. A lot of that. And one drop of Kreg Opaque Blue. Barely a drop. And that's what I came up with. The inserts of the seats and the door card are just pearl white taped off. That came out really cool. I was really happy with all that. First time I've been that successful with taping everything off. This is the block off in the back and the package tray. Those little hinges are for the trunk. Sorry. I think and it's Kreg Clear 4053. I mixed that 1-to-1 with the 4011 and sprayed at about 18 psi, and it comes out really well for me. So this is, like I said, just mocked up. I'll take it apart and show you what's underneath. Happy with it so far. Not a fan of opening doors and trunks. Well, hopefully I'll get it all right. I'm a little, the body's a little misshapen right here. It sags here. I've been trying to straighten it out. heating it up a little bit. And it's come out a little bit, but not much. I'm hoping that when I glue it together, it'll straighten out more. The chassis was twisted a little bit. I did the heat and cold, hot and cold and all that stuff, and it's sitting pretty nice now, just with it mocked up. That really helps. I have the interior pan in there, and with the body on, it straightens it out quite a bit. So I'm happy with that. So let's get to what I've actually done besides the paint. Is well, use the pointer, Mike. You never remember that little dealy. So anyway, the rear wheels were glued in with some, I don't know what kind of glue they used back then, but it was oozing out and it was white and the wheels were soft. All the outer rim was all soft. So I cut it down to see if I could save them. And I did. I cut it down to got some to the hard plastic, and then I cut rims off of other wheels and glued them on and puttied them, and a lot of work. It took me hours, never doing it before. It was really hard to do. I'm glad I did it. They look really cool. Those are the original wheels. Even the fronts they stayed pretty well. They are actually pretty good. Those aren't the original front tires though. I only had one. I couldn't find the other, so I found some other ones in the parts bags of Don's, and they worked out great. Those are the original rear tires. I showed you in the other video how I did those letters with the stamping from Craig's Corner. Showed it with the gel pen and the popsicle stick, and you just, on the flat side, you just touch it down, and that worked out really good. So I did save those wheels. I'm real happy about that. I'm happy with the way the paint's turning out. I don't know how hard it is going to be for me to get this apart. Something will probably fall off. It seems to be falling off every time I touch this. Yeah. I don't know why it's not. Something's hung up. There we go. Oh yeah, the gear shift. So now I got the body off. So yeah, here's the moon tank that came off. Every time I touch this thing, something comes off. I'm having a hard time with it. So now you can see without the body on, it's a little twisted. But as soon as I put the body on in the interior tub, it goes on. It straightens out. So anyway, pretty cool. See the shifter right on here. I'll turn it around. Shifter right on the tranny. Move these seats out of the way. So that's pretty neat. It's kind of how the 3D printing guys are doing it now. Pretty neat. I did the magneto. I split it and I cut it with my saw. And then measure out the wires. Split all the wires in the middle. Stripped it just a little bit to fit under the magneto. And it seemed to work out pretty good. So it's all wired up. Engine looks cool. Got the upper and lower hoses on, believe it or not. That was fun. Lower hose went on easy. The upper hose was a little bit of a chore. It goes around the belt, over the filler cap. Interesting. The rear end, there's only one shock on there because when I was mocking this up, the shock fell off. But anyway, that's a different rear end, obviously. It's way too big. But that's all I had. Here was I only had half the rear end, and I looked through all my stuff to find it. But I'm glad I had half because it gave me like dimensions and like these are the stops for the ladder bars and stuff. So I was able to recreate all that on here. If it focuses, I got too much stuff on here. So I made the stops and everything for the ladder bars. You can't really see it. I drilled holes in the rear end. for it to sit right, and for the stabilizer bar, control bar, whatever you want to call it. That's actually drilled in. So that worked out really well. I'm real happy with that. I think she's looking good. Here's some other things I've done so far. I've got the dashboard. Hopefully, I'm sorry, I'm bumping this, but I'll let you see that with the gauges on there. Pretty cool. Center speedometer. Pretty neat. Steering wheel. Chromed out with the white rim to go with the colors of the car. Oh, I did. I had no rear bumper, so they did run a rear bumper. Obviously, wait for traction. So I found this one. I don't even know what it's to. There's like actually a few of them in there, of this style bumper, and I curved it more to make it fit the back of the car, and chromed it. And then this is what I'm scared of. These are all chrome pieces that have to go along all the edges of the car, where they're raised all along here, all the way down. So I'm a little worried about that one. I have a game plan, but I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work out. Anyway, here's another little thing I was doing. Somebody brought up using double-face tape, dollar store double-face tape, and popsicle sticks. It works out really well. Let me back it up here for you. And then all I do, because I use the catch scratch boxes to hold stuff, I just trim the popsicle stick down so they stick right in there and stand right up after you paint. Works out real well. So here, all I do is, it's double-sided tape, and you can get it at the dollar store or whatever, and just a little tiny piece. Stick it right on there, and away you go. So that's my update. I'm hoping to be done soon. Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully be done by the end of the week. I have all the decals now, ready to go. My Terry Tribute decals and the Stonewoods and Cook decals. So she should be looking good by the end. All right. Well, thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.